The big game is fast approaching, but wait, you still haven't got your tickets. You've spent hours searching, but you're still confused about ticket prices. Time to stop searching. Visit ticketcompare.com. We compare ticket prices for all the popular leagues and tournaments for you. We work only with the most trustworthy sites, so you can have peace of mind when buying your tickets. Compare prices, buy tickets, get to the game. Ticketcompare.com. Buying tickets made simple.
Sam, first of all, can you bring us up to date with what's happening with Cenk Tosun? We hear a fee's been agreed, he's on his way over. What more can you tell us?
I think it's personal terms is the final stage. So after some long negotiation, we've got to that stage now. So that might happen before the Cup. Might even be getting registered before the Cup if we're lucky. So, but there's a medical and all sorts to go through. So I think that might be very tight. But securing the player is the most important thing, obviously, because it's our biggest area, or has been the club's biggest area of concern. The number of goals that we're capable of getting, and I think that on his track record and on his age and his ability, hopefully that will be the case.
Are you thinking then, if you do get it done before midday tomorrow, that you could at least take a place on the bench at Anfield?
Possibly, but they finished, didn't they? They're quite good because they have a break. You know what I mean? So I think that depends on his overall fitness, and we wouldn't want to risk damaging him just because it's a Liverpool game. In terms of he hasn't trained for a few days, he wants this move to happen. There's lots of mental energy that you burn because of you're waiting and hanging. Can you get the move that you want? He's clearly stated he wants to join us, so you wouldn't want to put him on for that game and risk an injury. But that assessment will come from the medical and fitness staff if we do get that close or we do get that near.
What has convinced you that he's ready to make an impact in the Premier League?
Pedigree, really. I think that the pedigree that he has, and what he has shown, the age that he is. We not got that many players in that elite block of age in our squad, and I think that hopefully he will come to the club and show his good value for money. So I think that if we get the transfer done and he is successful by scoring goals for us, it would be an exceptionally good deal that we've done. But it'll be down to him when he signs on that he can prove us all right.
Would you look to add another striker as well, or is he the only one you're looking to bring in this window?
If you can tell me where I can get one from, then I might be interested in another striker. Yeah. I mean, we've searched high and low for a long time, the club before I arrived, as you well know, as everybody well knows. So this one was, one we've focused on as quickly as we can with the number of strikers that we looked at since I arrived, I suppose.
There are other players that you're being linked with. Midfielder Jean-Michel Seri at Nice. Theo Walcott is another name that's been linked as well. Anything in those? One
at a time. Okay. One at a time would be the order of the day. I think that we are. I had a weird message yesterday that we're going to allow Yannick Bolasie to go on loan, and his agent is wondering why he's heard that. And I think to the agent and to everybody else that sat here and everybody, this is January for you. That speculation creates massive problems for all managers because of the tit for tat that goes on, the whispers, the Chinese whispers that get rumoured, and it's very disconcerting to particularly a player if he hears that message, and having only got Yannick back after such a long injury period, it's ludicrous to think we're going to lay him on loan. But the question was asked by his agent, and it can be very disruptive to the players, but that's what we have to deal with. And hopefully by the end of January we'll have got some business done, and we'll be a stronger squad for it.
I take it then you're happy with the progress Yannick is making then as well, because he looked lively against United the other night.
Well, I think he's way ahead of where he should be. I mean, I think that he shouldn't be starting games yet. but we need some pace in the side, so we're trying. We're trying to balance off that problem that we have. That we've got to be able to do the transition from defending well to attacking, and then when attacking, we've got to be able to defend well, and that's what let us down against Manchester United, because we were attacking, we attacked more, we had more shots on target against one of the top boys than we did against Liverpool or Chelsea, but then we lost 2-0. And for me, two goals that could have been avoided, two great finishes, but could easily have been avoided up to that. So I've still got, well, I haven't had no time to work on that. That's the problem. So until we get into the end of this month and next month, we won't be able to establish the basics better and improve on that department, because we can't get on the coaching field and do the coaching that we want to at the moment.
Just with the squad that you've got and possible outgoings, I suppose, obviously Kevin Morales was linked with Olympiacos in the summer. What's likely to happen with him this month, do you feel? Are you looking to move him on?
It depends on many factors. It depends on, one, does Kevin want to go? Two, does he fancy the club that comes in for him? Do we agree with the fee that's being offered? You know, is it right for us? Is it? And then if it is for us, we ask him, is it right for him? And then that transfer may well occur. Many players in the January who who knows. You never say never to what goes on in the January window when people are in a position where they want to either move players on or they want to strengthen the squad, and I think that it's the hardest window to work in, but we're trying at the moment to cure one of the areas where we feel we have a problem, and everybody's been aware of that problem even before I came, and hopefully it's a huge pressure on the lads, so I hope we can live with it. We all do, and we can't guarantee when you come from abroad you can hit the ground running in January.
We saw that obviously with Sandro as well. Seville have been linked with him. Has there been any contact, anything in that at all?
There's been no bids for Sandro at this moment in time. There'll be no loans as far as my recommendation would be. I don't make the final decision. The decision is made by everybody. But I think that personally, if anybody's going to leave, it would have to be the right fee for us, and we consider we could use that money somewhere else to strengthen our squad. And
still the same for Ross. No contact with regards to his future.
I would expect there would be in the next, or sometime in this window, if there's going to be any interest from one of the big boys.
Until then, though, available for selection possibly? Is he getting close to that?
No, well, he's back in training full time. I mean, it's a little bit like, it's a bit like James and a bit like Yannick. When he comes back, you know what I mean. He's the touch won't be quite as good as it used to be. The match fitness won't be quite as good as it used to be, and we'd have to, like James and like Yannick, if he's the case when he comes back in, like Seamus, like Leighton, we'll have to suffer that for a while till we get them back up to speed. So I think we've had a stat where we've suffered more injuries than anybody else. I think unfortunately we're the top of the league for the wrong reason, where too many players have missed too many games, and we need to address that one. I can't address it just yet, but eventually I'll address it in terms of our prevention of injury policy.
And how are you looking squad-wise? Baines, is still out, yeah?
Yes. I think that from a selection point of view, we've probably got, looking at what happened on the Manchester United game, Michael Keane had to have 5 or 6 stitches in his foot, right on the top of the crown of his foot, which I think will be too dangerous to risk him. But everybody else that's in the squad, I think, is okay. And some rotation has been happening. Sadly for us, it hasn't produced the sort of points that we wanted, but we have to accept that in this period, if you don't rotate, you can't keep the same side. And for me, I'd kept the same side building up to Christmas, which was doing a great job in getting results and points, but unfortunately it wouldn't last. And I saw that most at Bournemouth, where the fatigue kicked in and we ended up losing in in the final minutes because of that fatigue. And like I said, Manchester United was okay, but defending wasn't what I expected. And we are a team that, if you look at the statistics, if we are to win a game, we need a clean sheet. We can win a game without a clean sheet, but that would be rare.
So what importance do you put on the FA Cup for the season?
Well, I think now we're in the position, while the security of the Premier League is always the first priority, I think we're in the position where we go for it, and it's not a league game. There's no points available. It's win or bust. Simple as that. It's a cup game. It's different to the Premier League. It's less pressure. It's a glory game, and you go out and seek the glory and try and win it. If we're to get through, we have to beat Liverpool. Simple as that. So effectively, a draw's not good enough.
Well, Liverpool can set a new unbeaten record against Everton. So does that come into the thinking as well?
Really, no. You know, my responsibility is trying to get this team winning, and the players that, even if they knew that statistic, won't really make any difference to their mentality to go out and try and win anyway. You don't need a statistic like that to want to go out and beat Liverpool.
Well, I just wonder if there's that burden of history again in this fixture. How that affects the players.
I don't think so. I think they're professional enough today to know what the size of the game is and make sure that try and deliver the best, and that's what we've got to try and do. Friday night.
When you look at the
unusual game to play Friday night.
When you look at the difference between the two clubs, though, I mean, how would you sum it up? Obviously, Liverpool could go out and spend £75 million on Van Dijk, yet there's still that speculation that is maintained over Coutinho's future as well.
Well, I've only just arrived, so my ambitions to build the club will based on me continuing to get results. That keeps me in the job, and when it keeps me in the job, then I can build the club as big as I think, with the backing of everybody else and the dreams of what the owners have, as big as anything that possibly wants to go to. So there's a number of places we will all work together on and all improve on as a club in total in every area, and if we do that, we can grow and get to where we want to go. But that can't happen in 12 months, 18 months, 2 years. It's got to be two minimum 3-5 year plan to have a sustainability to be as big a club as you want to be. And you've seen the looks of Tottenham. If you look at Tottenham's history, it took them 10 years to become an established Premier League club that gets in the Champions League on a regular basis. So it's not an easy task, but it can be achieved. But for me, if I'm to achieve it, I have to continue to get results to stay in the job first, and then help the club build to what it wants to be.
And in terms of planning for this game, obviously Jurgen Klopp has rotated quite a bit in recent times as well. Does that make it difficult in terms of planning, or do you pretty much know what to expect from them?
We've all had our injuries, like everybody suffers at this period of time. Like, I mean, there's no need. There's no need for all the coaches from abroad to say what we need, because we've been saying it for 15 years, and certainly I've been saying it. The good thing is they've probably got a bigger voice than I have, and they may listen to that. But we do need to shut this league down after the third round of the FA Cup. I don't think there's any question about that now, and I think that we all know that players need to recover from the serious fatigue that they're suffering in this period. And from our point of view, rotation either gets you results and you keep going, and you say, oh, he's good at rotating, or you rotate and you don't get results, or he's bad at it. You know what I mean? So that's what we have to face. But there we go.
Just one item. Yeah.
Sam, I'm just wondering about, is there any news on Idrissa Gueye's contract? Said in October, I know before you came here, the deal was very close. Have you heard anything at all?
Surprised, you've baffled me. I don't know nothing about that at all. So it's not my department, contracts anyway. So if there is a contract being discussed, then I'm sure we'll get the the information to you if and when that contract has been negotiated.
Sam. Hi.
Sorry.
Hi, thank you. You said earlier that you would be maybe expecting contact regards Ross from some clubs in maybe the next few days, week. Does that mean you're resigned to the fact that he will move this month?
I think that we are, and I think the club was resigned before I got here that they were going to lose Ross. So I can't see that changing.
Okay, lads. Thank you.
Thanks, Al.
Cheers, thanks.